Usually, people write code to make stuff happen in Unity, but that's just way too hard, so I'm going to try to make a game without it. For this project, I used the Unity game engine, which does use code to run. However, the challenge of this was to make a game using only the base elements Unity provided without using any extra code. So how can I make a game without any code? Let's take a look at some of the tools we have available to make the game. One of the most important tools to making this game is the rigid body. Rigid bodies act as physics and allow gravity. This is useful as it is a good way for movement down slopes, even without code. Another tool that will be very useful is the button. In Unity, a button can control many things without writing any code. I can use this property to control the activation of objects, which will be the base gameplay. There are quite a few physics-affecting components in Unity that could also be useful for doing various things to physics objects. Now that I knew what tools I could use, I still had a bit of a problem. I have no way to detect if the player loses and no way to reset the scene. Because I had no way to reset the scene, I would have to come up with a creative solution to kill the player. I thought I could use a button the player presses when they lose, but even with a button to kill the player, how was I supposed to reset the scene? Leave it to Gamedev to come to the rescue. Literally.
Help! Let me out!
By enabling hundreds of thousands of Nates in a cage, all of the collisions would force Unity to crash. The solution was messy, but without any code, I would have to use what I had. Although I couldn't write any code, I could still make the game look good, so I made some art and made this cool parallax background. Even with these restrictions, I wanted to make a fun game, and crashing the game every time you died wouldn't be very fun. So instead of that messy solution, I decided to make it impossible to lose. How can a game be fun if you can't lose, I hear you asking? Well, although you can't lose, you can get set back. The game is about momentum and speed, and it's not very fun losing your momentum. I also thought it could be cool if there were mini challenges throughout the game that would set you back to the beginning of the challenge if you fail. I worked on level design and decided to split the world into 3 sections, blue, purple, and red. The worlds would each be harder than the last, and they would change up the color scheme a bit. I used the area effector and the buoyancy effector to create some cool gameplay elements that would launch you horizontally or vertically. I made a bunch of different skins that will probably never be used but look cool anyways. These include the emo worm, uniworm, armadillo worm, rainbow worm, flower worm, and raspberry worm. I really love the term restrictions breed creativity, and I think that it is completely true. When I couldn't write code, I had to come up with unique ways to solve basic problems, and this caused some really cool solutions. When you finish the game, I couldn't have a proper end screen, so I made the game loop, and you can play it forever. I think I made an awesome game even without code, and you can play the game on itch.io right now. But before you do that, please like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching this silly little video of mine, and I really hope to see you in the next one.